All right. Good evening, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the Lust Podcast Show. This is the show that is rated R for real and not PG for playing games. I am one of your hosts. I am Chicha, aka the Boss Lady.
I'm Jimmy, your other co-host, aka the D.O.C.
So we want you to join us for weekly conversations about life, about marriage, about everything, culture, music, whatever. Get to know us. Get to love us. Before we get started, this episode is sponsored by Cigar Junkies. Check out Cigar Junkie apparel at cigarjunkies.com, as I am also sitting here with the Cigar Junkie CEO as well. Check out the apparel.
CigarJunkies.com. CigarJunkies. Cigar Junkies.
All right. Now, today's episode, we're going to be talking about deal breakers. And what I mean by deal breakers, as Jimmy asked me earlier, like, what you mean by deal breakers? We're talking about things that will make you stop the deal. Relationship deal breakers. We're talking about sexual deal breakers, job deal breakers, kind of any deal breaker. But before we get to deal breakers, so hold your thoughts. Before we get there to the main topic, let's talk about a couple of hot topics that came up this week, the last couple of days. And one of them is Common and Jennifer Hudson just announced that they are a couple. And I know that there are a lot of women out here that don't like Common. Well, did you even care about hearing about Common and Jennifer Hudson?
I mean, honestly, two things I don't really do. You know, people know me. I don't do the two R's, religion and relationships. I don't really talk about nobody's God. You worship who you worship, and I don't talk about people's relationship, who you having sex with, who you fucking. It's really not my business, nor my concern, as long as it's not with my partner or my mate or my spouse. I could really care less. So, honestly, I didn't even know they was fucking dating. I mean, that nigga's dated.
Did not know.
He's dated just about everybody you could think of. So shit,
okay, so pause.
It just makes sense.
Could we say Common is a hoe? Is he? Will he be a hoe? Is Common considered a male hoe? I mean, because he's gone out with Serena.
No, that's not a hoe. That's a player. He's a player.
So he's a player.
Yeah. So and now he didn't hit everything else. So now he want to hit, I guess, the church-born girl. But you know, who knows? She may be the one that's really nasty. She look like she nasty. She look like she got vicious head game. So
Lord have mercy.
I'm just saying. So who knows? But I really could care less at the end of the day.
Well, a day ago, this was like an amazing hot topic. I guess he came on her talk show, gave her flowers and things of that nature. So again, some women are going crazy, some women are not. Common is my guy. You know, Jimmy know I like Common, so I'm happy. He happy. I'm happy for it for the most part. So,
but I think a lot of people do stuff for clout too, especially in this day and age. You gotta, especially when it pertains to celebrities, a lot of people just get with people to enhance their brand. Like she needs more street cred or more authenticity, or he needs more mainstream sort of love that she gets. So it could be for clout, all types of shit. I wouldn't doubt that she's probably gonna be dropping an album soon or some shit like that. He's probably gonna be dropping an album or a movie. So all this shit is calculated. Ain't none of it just coincidental. So at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck what Common does or what Jennifer Hudson does, but I don't hate none of them. So I wish nothing but love and prosperity to both of them. But at the end of the day, I really could care less. Okay.
Again, I started off by saying this is rated R, not PG. So
I mean, that's what the people want. The people want me to be honest, a real nigga. That's what I'm gonna give them. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat stuff.
No, he doesn't.
I'm gonna give them that real stuff. That's one thing about me that you guys gonna see, that I'm gonna say some things that you may not want to hear. I'm gonna present that argument because that's what a lot of niggas are thinking, and so I'm gonna put that out there. I'm not gonna sugarcoat a lot of things. I've never have, if you know me, and that's who I am. So rated R for real and not PG for playing games. So.
Okay. Now that we've commented Jennifer, okay, they're a different couple. What about Ashanti and Nelly? Because for the hip hop world, this was a couple who people hated when they broke up. They was just so upset that Nelly and Ashanti broke up. I would say this, a lot of females did say that eventually we thought they were going to get back together, which they end up doing. So what are your thoughts on Ashanti and Nelly, since they're more hip-hop-ish?
I mean, I've seen them perform. Shantae's nice. You know, that's one of my celebrity crushes. I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm trying to figure out her toe game. But Shantae, she's definitely always been one of my celebrity crushes. But but once again, I could care less. I mean, he had a one time, now he getting it back. I mean, I don't really give a fuck. I mean, I wish him I wish him the best. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm one of those guys. I really don't get caught up in the celebrity, the gossip when it pertains to like relationship. Like, I really couldn't tell you.
That
like,
is true. You never know who's together.
I had to ask a nigga who Lori Harvey was.
You never know who goes
together. I had to ask a nigga who Ruby Rose was.
God.
Like that.
You never know.
Who was the one girl? Spice Ice or Ice Spice?
He never knows.
That shit don't. Man, I could care less about the celebrity aspect of it. Like, I don't be going on blogs and going through the.
He only knows about what Cardi B and Offset. That's probably the only.
And that's because they always on the news.
Any other?
And once again, I don't care. But once again, the thing. But if you think about it, on a realistic, if you remove the celebrity stuff from it, Ashanti and Nelly ain't no different than anybody else in the hood who had started off in a relationship. It went wherever it went. They had a gap where they stopped fucking with each other, and they always knew that they was the one for each other, but because of whatever situations or whatever it was, infidel, I don't know, they just couldn't click at that time. So now they're at a point in life like they ready now to make that movement and make the progress and do whatever it is you need to do in a relationship. So I think, so you remove the money and the celebrity, they ain't no different than anybody else out here.
True. They go through the same drama. She can't stand him one day, he can't stand her one day. It's all the same. But okay, so that's it for our hot topics this week. It was just about celebrity couples. There was other things that went on, but we said that we were keeping this at a very positive tone. So no talking about certain things and, RIP to Dr. Martin Luther King's son, but we weren't going to get into all that. Okay. Now, into our main topic, deal breakers. He just looked at me like, what?
I mean, we talk about Martin Luther King's son. I didn't really want to get into that, but if you
we just said RIP. No, we just said RIP.
Get into them niggas,
no, RIP.
Them niggas that was alive and his
daughter,
they were big time Republican supporters.
We just said
so,
RIP.
I mean,
I'm pouring me a shot. I'm pouring me a shot.
I told you not to even discuss that. Okay. Because people want to get one thing, once again, people want the real from me. They expect the real. And I'm going to give you the real, the full picture of who these people are. Okay. And don't get me started with that prosperity gospel and how they commercialize his name. That is a whole nother episode. And everybody from Haynes to McDonald's to Hennessy is selling Martin Luther King T-shirts and shit. And it's bogus. It's absolutely bogus. This man stood for poor people, and these people are multi-millionaires off of his name, and they did nowhere near half the work. But rest in peace. I don't shit on nobody there, but if you want to present a full picture, then we got to discuss it. And that's not what this platform is for. No.
We're going to do that on another episode, because on that episode, we want to bring on some people so we can actually possibly debate politics in a very harmless setting over some drinks, some cigars. We would like to have an episode. So if anybody interested talking about politics, we would love to have y'all on one of our future episodes. But now to the topic, deal breakers. So we're talking about relationship, job, and sexual. So for example, when I talk about relationships, I'm just going to give you an example. So if you actually Google relationship deal breakers, it actually brings up 9 common deal breakers in relationship. And I'm not saying you go to Google for everything, but just to compare it. Obviously, abuse, financial disagreements, opposing goals, priorities, sexual incompatibility, different relationship values, different family values, lack of trust. Some of the ones that I kind of came up with was side kids, maybe, possibly a deal breaker. Is that a deal breaker? Side kids? kids.
First, let's start with that list that you read. All that shit you read was all white people shit. Like, I don't know, like I don't understand people. Like, we know what the deal breakers are. That's all that list. I'm like, who the fuck is that list pertaining to? Because it ain't pertaining to the niggas I know.
Okay, so what is your list of relationship deal breakers as it pertains to black men, as it pertains to just regular old Joes in the neighborhood?
Oh, deal breakers in a relationship?
Just keeping it on relationship.
Yeah, an extended relationship. We talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, living.
All of the above. Relationship.
Well, for one, I'm assuming people having sex. So, for me, and I'm not saying this is not in no order, nothing like that, but a woman got to give head. So, if she don't give head, that's the deal breaker for me.
Okay, well, I would definitely.
And I believe that as long as it goes both ways.
And I was just gonna say that.
But no, let me finish. It's got to be head. Another deal breaker is, I would say, is bad credit. I don't want nobody with no mother. I don't give a fuck how good your booty is, how big your ass is. Cause I know some women out here, they cold as hell, and them motherfuckers is broke as a joke. And they ain't nothing but a money pit.
So that's a deal breaker. So a girl that ain't got her money together.
I love a FICO score.
I thought he was about to say FICO hoe.
A FICO score.
He said a FICO score. Okay.
FICO score. So
now, what if she ain't got no money, but she still tries? Like she cooks, she does other stuff. Is the money still a deal breaker? If she has other things to offer outside the money?
Well, you know, life is about winning. I ain't know life was about getting participation trophies.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm trying to win. So she trying to get it together. This is not, she can go over there now.
Her cooking every day in lieu of not having no money and all that, that's just participation.
Like I always tell people, you can't write, I can't write love on the mortgage check and see if that shit gonna cash. So really, that's cool and all.
Okay.
And we don't, and in this day and age, that model, because what you're talking about is a model that existed in the 50s and the 60s, where a woman stayed home and the guy was the breadwinner, but because of the way cost of inflation, the goods and services, all that, so I can go into a whole economy thing. You can't even afford to keep your wife home unless you're really working at least 6 figures. If you're making 6 figures, and that depends on the location, because if you're making 6 figures in California, that means shit. You making 6 figures in Indiana, you could do it. But so yeah, but no. She has to have her money right. So bad credit is a deal breaker. Not giving head is a deal breaker.
That was what he said first, y'all. Y'all picked that out. Just a second.
No, that's not. Like I said, it's not no order of importance. The other thing is.
What about kids?
I ain't gonna lie, man, and me personally, it's and I get this is the controversial, but if a woman has more than 2 baby daddies, really 1 for me. But if you got more than 2, it's an absolute deal breaker. I would tell any guy that if a woman has 2 or more, 3 or more baby daddies, you should run as far away from her as possible.
Now, you do realize that comment.
What comment? I don't care. It's the reality. That's what people want me to talk about. This is not personal.
Okay.
I'm not directing this at nobody.
If you had 3 or more baby daddies, that's a deal breaker.
You want me to discuss why?
No.
Could you imagine a woman that got 3 kids under the age of 10, and you got 3 different guys coming over your house, and you the 4th guy?
Okay.
And you talking about we about to build, and then you got 3 niggas in there, don't nobody look like nobody? Come on, man.
Now,
I'm not even being mean. I'm just being realistic.
You're not being mean. I agree. You're not being mean. You are being realistic.
And it applies the same thing to guys. If I would tell a young lady,
I guess maybe it just sound harsh when you.
It's not harsh. Life is harsh. This is not about being nice. I'm not trying to be nice. This is the people want me to be the real, not be fake and phony.
So we said no money, no credit, no FICA. We said no 3 or more baby daddies. We can't have that. What else? She has to be
high school graduate at least.
Okay, so you gotta have does the GED count?
It's high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
no, because I know some people look down on people with GEDs. Like it's not a high school degree.
GED,
I think it's the same.
You got the equivalency, but you don't even have to have a degree, because I know a lot of successful people doing a lot of great things without an actual physical degree from a university or something like that. So that doesn't I just mean a person who wants to elevate and better themselves. So that's what I mean by that.
Okay. Now, because we still got job and sexual deal breakers as well. So going back to that, just to keep your list up to par. So we got the FICA, money, no baby daddies, all that, high school diploma, GED, whatever. What's the fourth one? Is there a fourth one?
I don't number them. I just know that a woman has to be able to perform sexually. You have to be able to have a sort of purpose. Then you have to be able to have some sort of passion as well. So,
okay. And you know what? From the female side of it, I would agree. I definitely, if you would have had 3 kids and 3 different moms when we met, we wouldn't be together, because that would just be.
Another thing is protection. What I mean by protection, I mean that it's the woman. The guy is the ultimate protector of the home, but I mean that she's protecting the well-being of the family. Like, she's the one that makes sure that everybody's getting proper nourishment and eating right. So
she's stepping up. She being the boss lady of the house.
Talking about. If she can't contribute this way, then she's been the boss lady. Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of agree with those. I guess I agree with what you said as far as, like I was saying, I wouldn't want you if you would have had like 3 different baby moms. And I actually dated a guy that had way back in the day, dated a guy who had a baby mom, and it was stressful. I ain't gonna lie, it was stressful. So
I
yeah,
dated one woman that had a kid. She had a 7-year-old, and I said nope.
It was stressful.
I don't even think that lasted a month. We went out. She was cool, but I couldn't do that.
Now, education, yeah, I want them to have an education. I agree with you when you say education. I would say no more than 1 or 2 baby moms. I don't think I would like a whole bunch of baby moms. Definitely a protector. I think I would want. I think if we went on our first date or something and something happened and you wasn't masculine or you couldn't protect, it didn't seem as if. I think that would be definitely a deal breaker.
Can I say why I say 2 too before we move on? I would just want to interject real quick. 2 is because, of course, if you have 1, but nowadays relationships don't work out. So you give people the opportunity to go to another partner, mate, or spouse, and then they may start another family. That's how people may end up with 2 baby daddies or 2 baby mamas, so to speak. And I don't even refer to women as baby mamas. You know, that's a word I don't even really. I don't even use that word baby mama or anything like that. I've never referred to the mother of my child or children as a baby. I've never done that. Like, I wouldn't dare disrespect her like that, or the kids. I just wouldn't do that. To me, it dehumanizes the person when you do that. And in a way, you're dehumanizing part of you, because why would you give up probably the most intimate part of yourself to just anybody like that? So you can say what you want, but we can get deeper with that too. Don't worry, we're gonna get deeper with that when we talk about, because I'm sure people gonna have some things about the baby daddies and the baby mamas, but it is what it is, especially when you're dealing with a black community that has historically been ravaged by this thing. So, go ahead.
So job deal breakers or sexual deal breakers?
Whatever.
Okay, let's go away from relationship type of stuff. Let's just real quickly with the job deal breakers. So, what are some of the job deal breakers for you? Like, if you looking for a job and you're looking for things, because I'm always going to tell you to Google the points that they say. Because they say hostile work environment, inflexible work settings, underpay, unreasonable job expectations, 0 employee benefits. I said you get a job that doesn't supply you with any type of bonus, any type of sign-on bonus, anything like that. You get a job that's good, but you don't qualify for insurance. I also said shitty boss. So what are some of your job deal breakers?
Driving more than an hour in distance.
Ooh.
Once again, Google I don't know who the fuck Google is getting this shit from. They're not getting it from real niggas. So, hour distance. That's very important to me. I don't want to be spending. You're already spending 40 hours a week at a job, 40 plus. So you don't want to spend an additional 10 hours on job and then the cost of gas and all that shit.
Wear and tear.
So no. Okay. So
I agree with that one.
So that one is one for me, a deal breaker. The other one for me is I always ask people about promotion opportunities. Okay. So you can find that out at the moment of the interview. So if there's no promotion opportunities, or if you're not if you're looking for that, that's different. Some people are not looking for that, but I hope you are. I wouldn't sign up for a job where there's very little chance of you being promoted, unless you're starting off at the bottom and you just want to go somewhere and learn. But you still want to be able to be promoted. I mean, that's the whole point of doing this, is to get promoted. And then the other deal breaker for me is I'm not trying to be in a space where I'm tired of being in a space where I'm the only nigga in the room. So that's a deal breaker for me. If I don't see no people of color, nothing like that, no type of diversity within the organization, because people like that look like me, they gonna run into it. That's the reality of the situation. So for me, if that's not in the room, that's a deal breaker for me. So those things, the diversity aspect, the distance aspect, and then being able to be developed and promoted is very important to me. So I will always tell people to look out there. One other thing I tell people to do, I took a class when I was in grad school on negotiations. This is a new thing that's out there, and people are not aware of it, that companies can do this. You know that when you negotiate and you ask for a certain type of offer, when you get the job and you know they make you an offer, whether it be hourly or whatever, did you know that you can ask them for a signing bonus? They're giving these things, and you can't tell me they're not, because the last job I had gave me a $10,000 signing bonus just to sign.
I haven't had a signing bonus since coming out of college.
So just to sign, that's before you. There's no moving. It's just 10 bands up top to do, just because they believe in, they really want to recruit you to this job. So that's just a little tidbit out there.
Well, I kind of said mine. To me, just the biggest one for me, just the deal breaker, is the vibe you get from the person who you're going to be working with. I think sometimes early in the beginning, you get those bad vibes, shitty bosses, whatever. To me, that could be a deal breaker for a job, especially if you have to work with that person a lot, or their performance affects what you got going on and things of that nature.
Can I tell a story real quick?
Having weak leadership and things of that nature. Just went through that, but that is a job deal breaker. Yes, you can tell your story.
People think, once again, I'm a real nigga. I don't play games with people. I quit a motherfucking job. Nice job at a university. Big university. God. I quit that job by motherfucking lunch hour. Yeah, I told them people to kiss my motherfucking ass, and I was up out of there.
Take a shot to that one.
Take a shot to that. I don't play games with certain things. I'm a different type of black guy. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I told them people they can kiss my ass, and they can have this shit, and I was up out of there.
And he actually called me. It was like, I think I called him to ask him how was his day going. And he was like, oh, I'll be home early.
Yeah, I'll be
home. I was like, oh, you getting off early your first day? He was like, no, I just fucking quit. And I was like, what? He was like, they didn't even say good morning. They didn't even take me out to lunch. They didn't do shit. Literally, they sent me in the office, and that was it.
Yeah, it was just the ultimate disrespect.
Like,
I'm gonna tell you who it was, because people want to know who it was. Once again, I'm a real nigga. It was Indiana University South Bend. Indiana University South Bend. Shout out to you weak ass niggas out there. So that's who it was. Wasting my motherfucking time with the bullshit. So I quit on them people. By 11 o'clock, I was walking up out that motherfucker and told them they can kiss my ass. Literally.
Yeah, I had to take a shot on that one, because that was.
So once again, don't be what I call it. Don't be a slave to the game.
Right.
Never let a person let you be a slave to the game.
That is true. And I would tell you this just from personal experience and just from dealing with him. One thing he has told me is that when it gets to the point where your job is consuming everything else every single day, like that is just, you go there, you do the job, you come home, that's what you talk about, your energy's thrown off, you're not when you get to that point that's every day, you really, really got to pause and take stock in what's going on and evaluate some things.
No doubt.
And you have to do that. And so I will say that I give him big ups for giving that type of advice, because I've always been the type that'll just stick with a job just because I think that's what you're supposed to do, because they say you're not supposed to have so many jobs on your resume. So I was always taught that you're supposed to stay with a job, stay with it forever, and then so no job hopping, all of the such. But
yeah, that's what Google told her. I'm from Miller Project, and so Miller Project. Shout out to all my niggas from Miller Projects. Y'all know who y'all are. Agree, ZD, my nigga Robbie Rob, my nigga OG Rico, C Murder. Shit, there's so many people. I'm gonna leave them out. That's why I don't want to name no names. But
well, you know what?
Everybody out there. But
you know
what I'm getting at is that Miller taught me how to hustle the projects, and so I don't need some white man's way of. Don't get me wrong, the benefits and all that. But if I have to, I can stand on my own and get what I need to get, and that's what I'm getting at. So, and that's how you keep yourself from becoming a slave to the game. And that's what I mean by that.
Okay.
That's what I mean by that.
And I agree. I totally agree. I have put actions forward based off that advice, so and it works. So, yes. Last but not least, the last part of deal breakers, the last portion under this is sexual deal breakers. So, ladies, gentlemen, what are some of these things that if a nigga do, you like, you know what, fuck that, we ain't going no further. Of course, you know, I always love Googling shit and looking up shit. And the first thing that they said was bad hygiene. That was a sexual deal breaker. So, a nigga humming, balls ain't smelling good, that is the first no.
Hey, I got a story.
Oh, God.
I remember one of my niggas, man, told me.
You may not be able to tell that story.
I am. I could tell a story, man. I don't tell niggas names, man. What is wrong with you, man? But one of my niggas was getting some head from a girl, man, and she say she threw up because folks' balls was so musty, G. That shit had, to this day, that had me dying. Like, I've never heard of that. That your balls were so musty that a motherfucker vomited. So,
bad hygiene. I think we all gonna say bad hygiene, which should be on everybody's number one list. I don't want you smelling like booty. I want to lick your booty, but I don't want to smell
hygiene. Like, so
yeah.
I got a question too, because this is a big debate for guys, especially guys in my age group, because some of them go one side or the other. Hair, little hair, or no hair?
You mean for the man?
No, I'm talking about for the woman. What the fuck would I care about a nigga ball?
I thought you was asking me if I care about the man's.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying what I'm talking about.
Hey, that is a good debate, because I'm not gonna lie. I hear a lot of old school dudes say that they don't like the bare coochie. They don't. Yeah. They want the woman to have some type of hair. And I know a lot of the young girls don't like hair because they believe it causes bad hygiene. But you can have a little hair and not have bad hygiene. It's all about.
And you niggas, y'all need to trim down there. Your shit shouldn't be looking like a nigga from the 60s. I should see it
in the bottom of your drawers. I should see your pubic hair at the bottom of your drawers. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, so.
I guarantee you, if you trim down there, the amount of head you get will increase. I guarantee it. I'm just saying, I guarantee you, if you trim down there, the amount of head that you get will go up. I guarantee you.
All right, so adding to this list, and I'm just going to say this list real quick, really, really fast, and then go to the other list. But they say wearing condoms. Like, condoms or not, that's a deal breaker. Fetish, you into some weird fetish. You like technology too much, or you like the porn too much. Weird locations, you don't want to give up your STD test results. I don't even know what that is. Selfishness. Sharing your partner, the act itself. So, couple we came up with, you know, we always got to come up with like the hood version of it. We said shit like maybe is nothing in your face is for a woman. Is that a deal breaker? If you are giving this guy the head that Jimmy says that you need to give, if he nuts in your face or doesn't nut properly, is that a deal breaker from a woman's point of view or whatever? Do you think that should be a deal breaker if you nut in a girl's face?
If that's what she want, I got it. I always got stories.
Oh, God. What story you got for nothing in your face?
So, one thing I want to go back. The only thing I agree with on your list was STD results. So, this is something I tell people, especially young people. There's no reason why, especially if you're about to engage with a young man or a young lady, and you know y'all about to do this, like y'all done move from condoms, and y'all say, hey, we want to go into raw, unprotected sex. There should be no reason why both of y'all can go down to the health clinic, which is free, and they will run a whole STD screening on you from HIV to whatever, and you get the results, and you share the results with your partner, so you know what you working with, she know what you working with, and now, bam. I ain't gonna lie, I did that with all my ladies that I dated. And I said all my ladies because it sounded like I just fucked a whole bunch of bitches.
Right.
But
You just
the ladies that I dated,
bitch, give me your test result. I'm knocking you down
like a porno star or some shit. But I got them test results, so I'm just saying you gotta get that. But no, going back to nothing in the face.
Yeah, what story you got for this?
It depends.
Insecure.
It depends. I knew a young lady that
liked it.
She not only did she like it,
she requested it.
She requested it, and she wanted to take Polaroids of it, and she kept
with the
Polaroid.
Nut like coming down the nose.
She in a porn star.
So for y'all watching, you definitely when you watch,
I ain't gonna tell you what sorority she was in.
We're gonna have a comment section. I definitely need to see the comments on.
But no, I knew a young lady that used to let motherfuckers like to get nutted in her face. And she would take the pictures. And she would keep the pictures. She wouldn't let the guy keep the pictures.
That makes sense.
Because she didn't want that. Because this girl now is a big-time lawyer.
So we definitely, okay. We're going to stop right there. Sexual deal breaker. What's another one?
That's not wrong with that. People have their fetishes.
That is true. Okay, so one of the ones on the list that I want to kind of tap into for a hot second, before we start toning it down, is sharing. It says sharing your partner. They said that's considered a deal breaker to some people. So I know what your answer is going to be for that, but
you don't know what my answer is going to be.
Okay, so I will let her know. So what is your answer on sharing a partner as a deal breaker? Is that a deal breaker? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's a deal breaker.
Okay. So if I was to be like, yeah, Jimmy,
it's a deal breaker.
I want you and you and you and you.
No, it's a deal breaker. I'm not with that. Okay. That's not me.
Now, you say you're not with that, so would you be with...
It's not me.
Okay. We're going to stay there for another episode.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about that. Poly, all that different
we need
type
a whole
of stuff. Lifestyles, all that different type of stuff. Okay.
We got subject matter experts we gonna
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So, okay, deal breaker. Booty play. Like you doing something with your girl, she giving you head, and then next thing you know, she's sticking her finger in your booty.
No, not sticking. I don't know what all that is. That's some other shit right there. She on some other shit right there. I thought you was talking about the Sukihana girl where she just licking your booty.
Well, that too. I'm gonna get to that too.
Licking your booty and sticking a finger in your booty is two different things.
So the finger in the booty is a deal breaker.
Both of them, they both deal breakers. Now you can play with the gooch area. I don't have no problem with the gooch, but the booty hole, nah, we not doing the booty hole, G.
So you not. So the girl trying to toss your salad, that's a deal breaker.
I just told you that she not doing the booty hole. I'm not with that, G. I'm not with that.
Ladies, if a man try to eat your booty on the first date, is that a deal breaker?
On the first date?
Within the first couple of dates, is that a deal breaker?
That nigga wilding out. That nigga done did.
Okay. This is the last part. This is the last thing I want to ask about deal breakers real quick.
You eating the booty on the first date?
What are first date deal breakers? If you are dating someone for the very first time you are actually going out. I don't care how many times you talk to them on the phone. But this is your first time going out with them. Somebody's meeting somebody. You're going out. You're sitting down. You're having a meal together. You're splitting the bill, not splitting the bill, whatever. What are some of those first date deal breakers that if this woman does this, you know you're not calling her back again? Now, I know it's been a long time since you've been on a date, but what are some of those first date deal breakers?
First date deal breakers? Mm-hmm. Being super late. I hate late
I agree.
People.
You pick me up an hour late, we not going.
I hate people late. I hate people that will just order expensive shit, a whole bunch of shit on the menu and really not eat it.
That's kind of bogus. Yeah.
Not eat it.
That's kind of bogus. Yeah.
So,
that would be a deal breaker. What if the dress? What if she comes to the restaurant or he comes to the restaurant looking bummy or she comes looking hoish?
And we can talk about this too. Because I think that's a conversation. Some of the shit that these ladies are wearing in these restaurants is just, they need to just go to the strip club. This shit is not appropriate for you to be going to the restaurant.
We did see somebody with a see-through dress on.
And I can see your panties.
Yeah,
and I can
it
see
was
your
very
ass.
tasteless.
I can see your titties and your areolas and your.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. That's not. You could talk about people trying to shame people, but ain't nobody shaming your body. It's just certain things are appropriate for certain situations, and that is not I don't care what you say. You can be sexy, beautiful, and all that, and not have to be pretty much naked. You're essentially naked in the restaurant. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man.
That is true.
And at the end of the day, you become an attention whore. That's what you are. Okay. And people may get mad at me, but you can look. I've seen you can look sexy, exquisite, all of that. But I'm talking about when people wear stuff where they're just pretty much naked. Like they have, like they're pretty much naked, and we know what we talking about. Okay. So that definitely, because she's putting you definitely as a guy, especially on the first date. That's got to be a super uncomfortable situation. Like, and now for me, you like, this is how she gonna carry on. You can't bring her around your mama dressed like that. Around your grandma.
You can, but your mama probably gonna talk about it.
You can be like I'm saying, you can bring her around there and see what happens. And you wonder why she gonna get disrespected, and then that's gonna put you in a situation. I'm just saying. So,
that is true. True. One last question about deal breakers before we go. I've been seeing a lot of these videos lately. There's these videos where they have a man at the dinner and he's taking his girl and a bunch of other girls out, and when the bill comes, he asks for separate bills and it goes back and forth. I just really love final thoughts on this with that scenario. What do you think about these girls who A, demand to do high-end restaurants as a first date, and then B, the ones that demand that the man take care of everything on these first dates or different dates like that where they bring all their friends and their girls?
Well, I think that, for one, there's nothing wrong with going on a nice restaurant and all that. So everything is relative, because for some people, going to Ocean Prime, ADVs, Ruth Chris, or whatever, those high-end places, they may consider that like everyday shit to them. All right. Whereas the regular average person, no, that's not average working stuff for them. And so what I'm getting at is that that's just crazy on a first date for a regular average person to expect me to take you to a high-end restaurant on the first date. So really what you're doing is pocket watching. That's what she's doing. She's pocket watching. And at that point in time, and then for me, I'm like, once again, I'm old school. To me, and it's sending out to guys, when you giving them all them gifts and all that shit at the beginning, that's the worst shit you can ever fucking do. Because when you get into the relationship and if you get to it, you can't get shit out of her. Why? You've been giving her gifts and shit for doing fucking nothing, just for looking good. So when you really need her to do something, to stand up and be present, she ain't gonna do shit.
What's wrong with giving something nice in the beginning? What's wrong with giving something nice in the beginning?
A gift for what?
Because you want to give her a gift. What's wrong with giving a woman a gift during the first couple of dates if that's what your heart desires, is what your heart tells you?
So you telling me
that make you a gump?
Outside of some flowers and a nice dinner, that I should get you a bracelet?
I'm not talking about jewelry or anything like that. Maybe he picked up that he heard you like Starbucks, so he bought you Starbucks.
We ain't talking about that. That's different. You talking about bullshit. I'm talking, when you say gifts, I'm thinking of a gift.
Well, even if he did,
that's a token of appreciation.
What if he got to hook up on bracelets and he give a nice little gold bracelet?
Nah, man,
he be a gump for doing that.
Yeah, he's a gump.
If he gives her jewelry, means
he's a sucker if he's giving up gifts in the beginning of the relationship, because now you setting up a trick in the whole relationship. Because now you're tricking for some pussy. That's essentially what you're doing. And I would never tell a guy to give a woman gifts at the beginning of a relationship. You have to earn all of that shit. You can give tokens of appreciation.
So then would that be the same as a woman saying, well, then a guy shouldn't expect no pussy the first couple of days because you ain't earned no pussy yet. You doing what you're supposed to do as a guy, as a gentleman, taking me out on a date. Could we say that we could equate that to the same logic of...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm cool. Long as you say we could take that
logic. I would
be
scared
and think
of a woman that's just throwing pussy at you in the first day.
He ain't earned no head. He ain't earned no pussy. He ain't earned nothing but a hug and a kiss.
Unless
maybe
maybe
a feel on my booty is what he's earned. With just flowers and stuff. Okay.
And see, saying that's what we talking about. So what we saying is that, see, people not even being real. What you putting out there is making it the relationship from the get-go to be fucking transactional. So once again, it's a trick and a hoe. She's making this be transactional. Okay. I can't get I can't get a feel unless I take you out to Ruth Chris. Oh, I take you out to Ruth Chris, I can get some head. Or if I take you to Ocean Prime.
But if a guy take a girl out to Ruth Chris, he's gonna expect that he's gonna get some head or pussy because he took her to Ruth Chris. And
generally he's not.
So it's a double standard. It's still the same expectation from both ends. Because really if he take her, it is. If a guy takes a girl first date, steak 48, and your bill gonna be at least 100, probably about a good 150, 200. So you think this guy ain't getting up paying this bill with her buying drinks, appetizer, entree, and a dessert? That guy ain't gonna get up and be like, oh yeah, I'm fucking her tonight because I just
at minimum he gonna want some head
on receipt.
At minimum he gonna want some head.
But under your logic, he earned that because he paid for the bill.
I just told you he was a sucker to do that from the get-go.
So he should have never took her to steak 48. He should have never
did that. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay. He's a sucker from the get-go. So he should get done in.
Okay.
He should get treated like the trick he is.
Okay. So we're gonna have to elaborate on another episode about this whole thing of transactional relationships, this trick and hoe relationship that is established from the beginning, according to Mr. The Doc. So we're gonna get into that another time.
I'm telling you, if you go in a relationship,
final thoughts.
Come on. If you go in a relationship and you're showering her with gifts initially, you're going to have major problems down the line. Because why? You're not being unapologetically yourself. You're being this mirage, this fake thing. And you're getting caught into all of that. And you're trying to sell something, an image and all that. So you're never going to get nothing out of it when you really want something. And it's vice versa. I would tell the woman the same thing. Don't give up your body and yourself in that first go around of their relationship, unless you really feeling this guy and you think y'all can build something. Sometimes you have that spark. I get that. But I wouldn't tell nobody to do that because now the relationship is set up transactional. You know how many, and that goes the reason why there's so many men and women with multiple baby mamas and baby daddies, because they started out as transactional relationships that led to unprotected sex. And now a person I really don't fucking know, I got a baby with this person.
So before we go down another rabbit hole of topics, we're going to pause right there. Any final recaps? Any just final thoughts on deal breakers? Just overall?
Nah, only thing I would say is that with any deal breaker, with anything, whether it be a personal relationship with your family, a business relationship, you should always be unapologetically yourself.
Agree.
That's what the thing, I think a lot of things that people don't know. And then a lot of people don't really know themselves. They don't know their strengths, their weaknesses, their limitations. So you have to know who you are to even know exactly what your deal breakers are, especially when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to what you would take at a job, and then when with the shit that happens in a relationship, whether it be intimate and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't even talk about just deal breakers, just regular relationship. I don't like shiesty people. You know, I don't like people with bad energy. You know, you got some homies that, I got some homies, I love these niggas. They cool, but no matter what, these niggas got bad energy. You don't get money around these niggas. So I don't fuck with them niggas not because I don't like them niggas. It's just because every time I'm with this nigga, the money don't go right, something happen. So it's them type of people too. So I'm just saying.
My final thought on your deal breaker is that if it's a deal breaker, don't break. If it's something that you stand for, whether it is part of your foundation, whatever it is, I would say just stick to it. Don't let anybody else deter what you already know, like you said, about yourself. Don't allow anybody to make you waver from what you know are your deal breakers. If you say no booty play, no booty play, whatever it is, hey, no side kids, no side kids. As Jimmy said, you got to give head and have a GED. Whatever your deal breakers are, make sure you know what they are and that you stick to them. Yeah, and that's it. That's all I have to say about deal breakers. So last thing I want to say is that we do want you to check out our podcast. This was our very first real episode where we were not in the car. So thank you for watching. For those who watched our video, our road trip, thank you for watching. We do appreciate it. There's more to come. Again, first episode, just trying to get it out there. We will be getting it out there. So we do want you to check out the Lust Podcast show with the Boss Lady and the D.O.C. Each week, we will be trying to be featured on Spotify as well as YouTube and Facebook. Also check out our Instagram page, which is at the Lust Podcast 23. I will be uploading new material. Subscribe to our channel. You can DM us. You can email us if you have any questions, comments, show topics. If you want to be a guest on the show, you can hit us up. If you have any comments about the show, you can hit us up. Even if you have any critiques, like you don't like Tupac behind us, or you don't like our array of assortment. So whatever it is, you know, we do hope that you enjoyed this episode. And I'm going to sign off to the doc and let him take us out of here.
Well, I appreciate you people, and I'll see you next time. Stay up. And if you have any comments, drop them in the comment section. Good or bad, we need that from you. And I appreciate you folks. Thank you.